Hi guys, MajorTom here and welcome to my channel. So if you've been in the community for long enough, you might have come across my channel and then you wondered, who is this guy that doesn't speak even my language and has 3,000 subscribers on YouTuber? What the fuck? You might also have seen this and this and this and this and this and this and this. And you might have thought, what the fuck? What does soccer, Rio de Janeiro, and Anita has to do with chaotic? And you know, that's a valid question. So I'm here today to explain that to you. But first, I wanted to talk a little bit about myself and about my channel to kind of introduce myself to the North American community or to the English-speaking community. So yeah, I'm MajorTom. And if my name cringes you for being the main character of the cartoon, it cringes me as well, okay? I guess I never wanted to take the main character position to begin with, but let me tell the story, I guess. So I'm originally from Brazil, a small town in Brazil in the countryside, and I came to Canada to pursue university, right? To do my bachelor's, and then I kept going, but before that, I didn't have access to much of chaotic cards. They were quite rare to find in Brazil. So then once I came to Canada, I found a lot of more available chaotic cards, and there was a store here in town that still had old stock, so I could buy in and open. So I was like, hell yeah, I love it. What am I gonna do? And then I decided to make a YouTube channel because at that time, no other Brazilian channel existed. And I don't know, I love the card game, so I just wanted to be able to talk about it and to maybe connect with people from my country that likes it as well, right? So then I created my channel in, I think it was 2018. And at that time, I remember there was another channel that had the name Chaotic Master. And I think it was with the episodes of the show. I'm not 100% sure, but I think the channel just had the complete show for us to watch. So shout out to him, whoever he is, wherever he is. Thank you for uploading the cartoon at that time. It helped me watch for the first time in English, and pretty good as always. But yeah, so then when I saw that, and I was like, oh, Chaotic Master. Maybe I should just make my channel MajorTom. And I already had my custom playmat that is Maxer art. You might have seen in one of my videos. So I was like, okay, that fits. I think MajorTom is a catchy name. People that watch the show will remember MajorTom. So that's why I decided to be MajorTom. So it also cringes me a little bit, but I guess I gotta stick to it. So it's a pleasure meeting y'all. And let me talk. I guess it's not gonna be a history class because I'm not qualified for that. And so as previously stated, this is not gonna be a history class, but I'll talk a bit about the history behind chaotic in Brazil, or how the Brazilian community perceived chaotic and got in touch with chaotic. I don't know how it was in North America really, but in Brazil it was mostly because of the cartoon, and there's a big reason why to that. At that time, cable TV, the paid TV, was very expensive. Unaffordable almost, right? In a country like Brazil, where historically we had a very poor allocation of resources, meaning that a few in Brazil control a lot of the money, where most of the population, it's not that rich, it's middle class or below. And so especially at that time, not a lot of people could afford the pay TV. And so we had to stick with cable TV and the 5 or 6 channels that existed for free. At that time too, in Brazil, we didn't have a strict law on advertisement for children. So the TV channels, they would allocate blocks of their time for cartoons and shows directed towards children, as they could sell advertisements for toys and all this kind of stuff. So we would pay out a lot, especially because they would pick times in which the kids were at home and the audience would be very big. So at that time, the channels were already competing, so they were trying to get different stuff to show off, right? And chaotic was one of that. There was a channel in Brazil called Rede TV, which I'm not sure exactly, but I imagine licensed Chaotic and also dubbed Chaotic. So we got a dubbed Chaotic version in the free TV where everyone could watch. I think Chaotic would be at like 6 or 7 p.m. every day, weekdays at least, Monday to Friday, right? And as I already stated, a lot of our population, like 90% of our population, are middle class or below. So in most schools, kids would watch what's on free TV. And I remember when Chaotic came, it was a hit. People would be talking about Chaotic. Oh, did you watch this new cartoon? The guy becomes the monster or the creature and whatever. And I was like, no. And then it happened before with other cartoons such as Yu-Gi-Oh! And Dragon Ball Z, or I guess those are animes, but you know what I mean, right? It would be an event. It would be something where the kids would watch the episode in the evening, and the other day at school, they would talk about it. And I think that's what made Chaotic grow in Brazil a lot. The card game was never accessible. I know now that some stores had Chaotic available. I don't know exactly which year they ended up getting Chaotic, but there was Chaotic available in some hobby stores in Brazil. But it was expensive. I mean, all TCGs are expensive, but it was something that was expensive and you couldn't find enough places to have actually a playing community. So most of the Brazilian community grew up watching the cartoon and desiring to have the cards and to be able to play it. That's why you'll see a lot of Brazilians online talking about it, and the reach of the cable TV or the free cable TV in Brazil is what spread the message. It's what made popularized Chaotic. And Brazil is the land of bootlegs. Maybe China wins as they manufacture a lot of them, but we got a lot of bootlegs. I could talk about old video games where we had a policy in Brazil that if you didn't have a Brazilian license, company licensing your product, you couldn't sell your product. So at that time, people made a lot of Super Nintendo clones and were selling 100% legal in stores, but that's for another video. The bootlegs, we got Chaotic bootlegs. So I remember going to newsstands, like, yeah, most towns had that small newsstand that sometimes was even made out of metal, the structure, and then you would buy just newspaper. Your dad might buy cigarettes or whatever, and then they had cards. But they had the bootleg version of the cards. I'll try to find a photo of some, and I'll put here. I remember having a lot of them as a kid. I don't know what I did with them. But yeah, we never had access to the real cards. Not easily. But I know a lot of people that bought even the bootlegs. And at the time, we would not know how to play the game, of course. We would be like, I'm Maxor. And then you start punching your friends. Not that aggressively, but yeah, I remember playing as a kid, transforming into the characters. And now the scene has evolved a lot in Brazil, especially for trading card games. There's a lot of stores, there's a lot of events, tournaments. I recently made a video when I went to Brazil in the biggest trading card game event of Latin America. It's called Liga Fest. And I'll put the video here if you guys want to check it out, but it's all in Portuguese. And yeah, I think that's, I guess, the main story in Brazil and Chaotic on the past. And now I want to talk about the future. Or before, I hope you guys are enjoying the video so far, and I hope you, Panini, you're listening to me right now, because now I have to talk to you. It's not even to the Chaotic team, it's to you. You guys know better than anyone in the Chaotic team how strong Brazil is as a market. You guys have been in Brazil forever now. Panini is wide known in Brazil. I would say Panini is more known in Brazil than in North America. Like, Panini is ubiquitous to Brazil. Brazil is the soccer country, as I joked in the intro of the video. And Panini, if you guys North American that don't know, as you maybe not like soccer that much, Panini always made sticker albums for the World Cup, where you buy boosters that comes with stickers and you try to complete your album. It's almost like a collectible card, but it's a collectible sticker, right? You might have seen that, but if not, but anyways, that's completely nuts in Brazil. Everyone wants to collect it, and even kids, adults, you see everything. I was just now in Brazil in July for this World Cup, and even in my small town, if you would go to the people's market on a Sunday, it would be like a pack of people trying to trade cards. What I'm trying to say is, Panini, you guys have Panini Brazil. You guys are well established in Brazil. You guys already translate World Cup albums and a bunch of stuff to Brazil. So please bring Chaotic to Brazil as soon as possible. You guys have the infrastructure to do so, and I'm pretty sure you guys know it's gonna succeed. So please do that. I think all of our comments in social media also shows how excited we all are for Chaotic. So yeah, please bring Chaotic to Brazil. I already know some some TCG store owners that are excited to bring Chaotic in. So get in touch with with Panini Brazil, and please, Panini, make it work, okay? And I think that's mainly everything that I wanted to say in this video. My channel is here. I invite you guys to take a look. Sorry, it's in Portuguese. I will see if I can start adding subtitles in English for you guys to follow. I plan on mainly keep doing content in Portuguese, but I will bring some content in English. I would love still to make some videos with a lot of the people from the community that I met. Like, shout out to Jay Johnny, you're the guy. So yeah, I still want to collab with you guys. And if you guys really enjoyed my video and want me to talk more about Chaotic, about my experience with Chaotic, show my cards, make some videos in English, please leave here in the comment. I will. If enough people are interested in listening to me talk, I will talk. I will make a video for you guys. So let me know all your feedback and your interest, because if there is, I'll make more video. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the channel, you enjoyed the video, enjoyed my talk. This is my first video in English. I hope I'll make more soon. And yep, let's get chaotic, guys.